Hello everyone, I am Prajwal and today we will solve this problem John and Selina. This problem is rated as easy on CodeChef. So guys, if you haven't read the problem yet, go back and read it, try it out and then come back and see the solution. With this, let's begin. In this problem, we are given a string s of size n. We are given that s of I belongs to a to z, which means that s of I can be a lowercase English letter. Now in this problem, we are given that s contains one character that occurs odd number of times. So in this problem, we need to find this character. If that character does not exist, that means that all the character in S occurs even number of times. Then in that case, we need to output -1. And if that character exists, then we have to print it. In the constraints, we are given test cases from 1 to 10 to the power 6. And that is the size of this string will range from 1 to 1000. So now let us look at some test cases. In the first test case, we are given S is equal to A, B, C, B, A, C, C. So now we can see that A occurs 2 times, B occurs 2 times, however C occurs 3 times. Since C occurs odd number of times, we will print C in the output. In the second test case, we are given S is equal to A, B, C, B, A. So as you can see that C occurs only 1 time, hence this character occurs odd number of times. So we will print it in our output. In the third test case, we have S is equal to A, B, C, C, B, A. As you can see that every character occurs 2 times, which means every character occurs even number of times. So we will simply output -1. So now let us look at the solution. In this problem, we are given a string S. We are given that S of I belongs to A to Z and we have to find the character that occurs odd number of times. So guys, as you can see that S of I belongs to A to Z, we can simply build a frequency table where frequency of I tells you the number of times I occurs in S. Now, how would you create this frequency table? So the idea is simple. Since we are given limited number of characters, so the number of characters that we are given is just equal to 26. So we can build a simple array of size 26 and we can initialize all the elements to 0. Now we will simply iterate over all the characters and we can simply increment frequency of S of I minus A by 1. Essentially what we are doing is that we are saying that the character A, the index 0 will indicate the number of times character A is present in the string S. So at 0, when we find an A, we will just increment 1. Similarly, the index 1 indicates the number of times B occurs. So we will increment 1 at this index if S of I is equal to B. And we have, similarly, we have till 26 index. So to do this, we can simply iterate over the string S and create our frequency table. Now when we have the frequency table, we can simply iterate for all I from 0 to 25. And now if frequency of I mod 2 is equal to 1, which means that there is a character that occurs odd number of times. In that case, we will simply print that character. So we will simply print I plus A and we will return. Now there might be a case that this character is not found. In that case, we will not print anything. Hence, after this loop is complete, we will simply print -1. When we have found that character that occurs odd number of times, we will simply print it and return. If this return is not encountered, then we will simply print -1. So as you can see that the time complexity of this code is nothing but order of n. Why? Because we need this order of n loop to create our frequency table. The space complexity is also order of n. Why? Because we have to store the string s. So now let us look at the code. So first of all, we will take in the input. Then we will create a frequency table. We will iterate over all the characters in s, and we will increment the frequency of character minus a by 1. Next, we will iterate over the frequency table. We will check the frequency of each character, whether it is odd or not. If it is odd, then we have found a character. Hence, we will print the value of I plus a. We have to print a character, so we will typecast it using this char and return. Now, if when this loop is complete, it means that we have not found any character that occurs odd number of times, so we will print -1 at the end. So guys, this is pretty much the whole code. Try to code it yourself, and if you face any issue, then come back and see it again. So now let us look at the code. So first of all, we will take all the inputs and then we will go to the solve function. In the solve function, we will create a frequency table, which is nothing but a simple Python list of size 26. Next, we will iterate over all the characters and increment the frequency of each character by 1. Now we will iterate over the frequency table. If the frequency of the current character is odd, then in that case, we will simply print that character and return. Now when this loop is complete, it means that there is no character that occurs odd number of times. Hence, we simply print -1 at the end. So guys, this is pretty much the whole code and it passes all the test cases. So guys, one of the common beginner mistake that you can do is that you might forget to print \n at the end when you are printing the output. Now we have to handle multiple test cases. Hence, if you forget \n, then what will happen is all the output will be printed on the same line and it will return you wrong answer. So guys, I hope you understood the problem clearly. If you have any questions, drop a comment in the comment section, like the video, and don't forget to subscribe to get our latest updates from CodeChef. Thank you and goodbye.